Good morning, Washington, D.C. Okay, so this is like my ninth video or whatever. Here in Washington, D.C. Just woke up. Just woke up on that. Yeah, that's what I do. I will sleep on park benches sometimes. Anyways, this is a cool garden area over here. There's fountain, a little nice, a very good historical landscape. It should say an historic landscape, I guess. A historic landscape, sign. Random passing by. Um, this is the park I just slept at. Etiquette. Well, there's all kinds of etiquette. There's pot smoking etiquette. There's etiquette actually evolves. By the way, like I once took a woman out to eat who was from the older generation, and she told me, that according to her etiquette, that a man is supposed to order the food for her. And I'm like, no, modern times that doesn't happen. And she's like, well, we updated it. Like, I tell you what I want, and then when the waiter comes and you tell then the waiter what I told you to order for me. I'm like, no, bitch, make up your own mind. You got your own free will, Like one time I was bored, and a friend of mine it was like I saw him. I was, hey, you want to go out to eat with me? He's like, yeah, sure. And we go eat. And I asked him if he believed in free will, and he goes, no. I was like, how can someone not believe in free will? And then he ordered his own food. Like I didn't order for him. I didn't pick his food. He didn't order the same thing I ordered. So there's obviously such thing as free will. Okay. Anyways, that same guy was the guy who told me that as soon as you acknowledge you're free, you become a slave. I'm like, that was from the Taoist principles in China. And like I said, sarcasm doesn't, translate very well in text. I mean, sometimes it doesn't do well in real life, especially people like Elon Musk getting on a YouTube video and saying, basically, we're cyborgs already. Let me distract you with this, too. This is a variation of poppy. I got in a fight one day because someone came up to me and asked me if I knew where to get some like pain meds, and I was in Oregon, and I took some poppies, and I was like, "These are poppies. These are Norcos or Lortabs or whatever, without having chelated calcium and all that stuff that causes cancer in them. Like, why don't you just take those instead?" Like, it grows, drugs grow out on the side of the road some places. Without hopping fences and stealing from people. Anyway, good morning. Yeah, I know you guys are probably like, well, I don't have followers anyways, so if I make a video journal and do a live broadcast where I'm at a really nice fountain, and, and it'll be saved later, this is how I take people on vacation with me. I mean, most of my time, well, not vacation, but just my travels, but most of my time, I spent out on the West Coast, I could have been doing this, but I don't know. It wasn't much I wanted y'all to see when I was out there, I guess. I don't know. I mean, whatever. Good morning. It's me drinking water. Like you guys care. Because I'm pulling a Joaquin Phoenix with that weird movie. Not really. Okay. Well, I mean, there is. I could look up porn on my phone. I guess I could be dating my phone in a weird way. No, I'm just kidding. Did I just say that? But I love my phone. Okay, here's the thing. I've seen. This is why I probably should have been recording some stuff I did in California. And one day I was walking with my phone, right, and I dropped it, and there was somebody across the street who was pushing their baby in a stroller, and they put their hand over their chest when I dropped my phone, like I dropped my child. So I went back and I stomped the fucking ever-loving shit out of my phone right in front of the guy. Like, I smashed it to pieces. I mean, I wouldn't shoot a real woman like that. Like, I'm not Joaquin Phoenix. I don't love material shit that much. I mean, Buddhists would, Buddha was, in Buddhism, they actually argue against materialism. However, one of the times I went to a Buddhist temple, I heard them say in the Buddhist temple that one time they asked Buddha something, if there was dust in the wind, and Buddha said there was no dust in the wind. So to them, it was taking that there is dust in the wind. Doesn't mean everything's opposite day all the time to Buddhists. I mean, there's so many jokes in religion, besides the King James book being the greatest joke book ever. Let me explain that. Let me tell you why the King James is the greatest joke book ever. One, because it evolves. They keep changing. There's the New International King James. There's the unofficial, unabridged King James. There's the abridged King James. Not only that, they keep printing it in English, but, and then they keep changing passages in English because they're like, well, the King James is the most literal translation. Then why they keep updating it in different versions of English? That means it's not the most literal translation. Like, hello? Like, I wish I could I'm about to start talking of my high voice. See, this is the past coming back to haunt me. Not really, but kind of. Like, when I start talking in my high voice, my brother and my family, they remember this when I had my punk rock palace. When I start talking in my high voice, it means I'm really angry. It means somebody better get some powder and put it on my hand because I'm going to line everybody up and I'm going to start bitch slapping them because they don't know shit. Okay? Sorry for yelling. I humbly ask for forgiveness for yelling. Okay. It's my live broadcast. I do what I need, or I go where I want to go, or whatever the fuck. All right, yay, across the street. That's really not a joke. When I go into a high voice, like, I'm really, really upset. And my friends used to think I was laughing or that I was joking about that. And I'd have to calm down because I was actually really, really upset. Okay, now we're getting back to... Okay, so last night I tried to record where I'm about to be. Or where I am right now. And that is here. I recorded last night this place. I just did. Okay, I tried to do a rotation thing on here. It didn't work out too well. Try this. Try this again. Okay, that ain't working out. Never mind. Let me move back a little bit more. Okay, each of you bears upon this body the permanent, honorable scars of dangerous service. Service rendered in order that our great nation might continue to live according to the expressed will of its own citizens. Now, I served, but I don't have scars, like, from that. From war, except for mental ones. This is, oh man, I wanted you guys to see this, but it's not going right now. Last night when I recorded all this over here at the American Veterans Disabled for Life Memorial, this pentacle, or pentagram rather, was on fire, like that pentagon shaped object in the middle of the pentacle. And that's my home team right there, the Navy. I was in the Navy. If I show up to draft you, okay, I saw a College Humor thing the other day where these military guys show up for someone to draft. They start with the Army, and at the end, the Navy's like, "We want you," and he puts his finger in the guy's face. He's like, "Why does your finger smell like ass?" It's like, my ass was itchy, and I was scratching before I knocked on your door. Like, I got finger myself or something. Like, anyways, like, the Navy ain't really that gay. Like, I'm so sick of that shit about people, swearing that, people who join the Navy are like that. And I'm so upset because, when I was on my ship, it was called the USS LaSalle, and the acronym for that was, the designation for it was AGF. And people seem to think that was some kind of, weird fucking cryptique, for the word fag. Like, whatever, like, that's funny, but it's not, because my ship was entirely co-ed, like, not a joke. It really was co-ed. The whole reason I went to that ship is because my instructor, when I was taking ITA school, was like, "Hey, I got to pick my own orders, because I was in the top of my class, and I was gonna pick Japan, because I always my whole life, like when I was in high school and all that, was trying to go to Japan. My whole plan was to go to Japan, and then I got to go pick my orders, and there was a Japanese, there was a ship in Japan that was a minesweeper ship, and it was all male. And then there was the Italian, there was a ship in Italy that was co-ed, and my instructor, even though he was a faggot, says to me, "You should probably pick the USS LaSalle because it's co-ed." And I was like, "Okay, cool, I'm doing that." But at the time, I had fucked over my best friend, Dave Mera, who was in school with me, because he was Italian. He always wanted to go to Italy. He ended up having to go to Japan. I ended up going to Italy. Maybe if I had done what I originally planned, like, I'd still be in the military today, But anyhow, back to the Veterans Disabled Memorial, and how yesterday when I recorded this, it didn't get uploaded, but I was in tears when I was here. And I don't want to, okay. So now this quotation here is a profound statement. And when I first read this yesterday and filmed it, I started crying because I was like, there's a lot more going on than what that says, because, like, some people, like, what that says there, that brings a bond to people when they're in the military, you know what I mean? But when people are behind bars, even if they've served and then they go into bar, and then they get in trouble when they go to jail or prison or whatever, when they get out, because sometimes we can't let go of our Spartan ethics. And I don't mean like the boy shagger part, because we left that out of the movie, and we don't continue that in modern times. And how we sometimes, you know, like for instance, me, I can't really let go of my Spartan ethics because, like, I'm on Social Security disability. I'm not on American Veterans Disability. The reason why I was crying the other day is I really wish I could broadcast this, and my uncle Joseph Michael Baskin Sr. I was telling him I was sticking up for illegal immigrants and telling him that this is why I started crying yesterday. As I was sticking up for illegal immigrants and telling him that President Trump it shouldn't be in office, and my uncle fucking sends me, you know, him being a fucking Republican and all right wing and Alabamian and all that shit. He sends me a motherfucking message on Facebook saying that I'm a liberal idiot and that he hopes my brains get bashed out and that I've never been to war. I'm like, fuck you, Uncle Mike, you piece of shit. You tell me that I've never been to war. I know, no, I've never been to war, even though I served from 2000 2004, and I was in Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom. They don't call them wars anymore, just like Vietnam. They stopped calling Vietnam War. They started calling it Vietnam conflict, you know. And if you tell me that conflict wasn't a war, that what I've been in is a war, we got some motherfucking problems, don't we? Now there's something else when I brought up on the video that I tried to record when I was here yesterday, that I wasn't doing a live broadcast of this one, but I tried to record yesterday where I when I started crying, I lost, you know, my I don't know, when I just I got emotional, was that somewhere on here is a quote where it talks about how even though some people come back physically harmed, some of us come back mentally broken, and how that wound sometimes is worse than. And it was a quote by somebody who's actually physically disabled on this wall somewhere, where you know, where it says that some people that come back who don't end up like that, you know, in a wheelchair or whatever, sometimes they're more broken or more wounded mentally. Now here's the thing: I get SSDI. Okay, I get Social Security disability from the Social Security Trust Fund. I just heard a voice out there say show off when I said that. I don't see how that's showing off. Oh, maybe it's because, why do I get disability? Something else my Uncle Joseph Baskin Sr. said to me was that you know, and my other people in my family have said this to me as well, that I've been mooching off the government. It's not like I get food stamps. In fact, one of the reasons why I steal and I shoplift so much is because every time I've applied for food stamps, they tell me I don't make enough money. I only get $1,000 a month because, I get SSDI, and then when I apply for food stamps, they tell me I make too much a month for $1,000. President Trump and his regime just recently took Medicare and Medi-Cal and all that away, or not Medi-Cal, but Medicare from people on SSDI. I had a letter saying that. I don't know if we got it back. I don't know. I know that there's a book out there, a religious book, that says, oh, if God exists, let him have Medicare. Doesn't mean that everybody on Medicare are all one God. And I wish, in that same book that, someone could protect me from this psycho comedy. I mean, no, psychodrama. I mean, shut up about that. Um, okay. I really wish that thing was on fire again, like it was last night. Like seriously, like in the middle of that star, there's fire there. Like I recorded it last night. Oh, and then I brought up how I've been fascinated by the occult my whole life, just like the founding fathers were fascinated by the occult. I think they used the Pentagon, shaped like the Pentagon, and how when you get a Medal of Honor, it's an upside down pentacle. And, I mean, and then people were like, oh, well, what does that mean? Like, was this country, founded in hell or what? Like, I don't know. God, it's breakfast. Head hurts. Maybe that's why I brought that. See, I'm so desperate the way I live. Now, over there's another sleeping homeless person, and I kind of want to go over there and be like, well, they're sleeping right now. Let me see if they got food in there, because I just woke up and I haven't had breakfast. Let me see if they got something I can rob. Well, I really should just rob that guy, because he's all prissy and looks better than me. Oh, but then the cops go by. But I kill in public and I steal in public all the time, and people just let me get away with it. Hi. Oh, I better not stop. I better not record that live, or even record that, because, I mean, hey, it's the purge every day for this guy. Actually, it's a purge every day for everyone. We just don't realize that. Like, let me tell you something about anarchy, Like, fucking President Trump not too long ago says, oh, Democrats are anarchists. This motherfucker is a Republican and he's in the office and he's just doing whatever he wants. Oh, no, he's bitching about how he can't do whatever he wants. Like, the president said that he's upset because he can't watch porn in the White House. Like, that's a true thing. That's not even a fake news thing. But then he links to fake news and gets upset over fake news, like the Onion articles. Like, really? Okay, well, I'm done with this live broadcast for the moment. I hope this goes on to the archives, seeing how nobody's really seen it.